Hi everyone, welcome to Renew Recovery here in Sweetwater at First Baptist Church. We are here tonight like we are every Monday, and welcome to our engagement here. We had good food at 6 o'clock and it's free every Monday. Remember, every Monday, come down and have free food. We have a program at 6:30 and at 7:15 we do small groups. Now, in a few minutes, you're going to hear a really wonderful group called the Crossroads Worshipers.
Yes.
Some of Sweetwater's finest. And then after that, Gabe is going to come up and he's going to talk about personal inventory and how important it is for your recovery. So, welcome. And we hope that you will hear what you need to hear tonight and that you can sit still and listen. Thanks.
Crossroads, there's natural.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. And all my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire and the darkest nights. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. 'Cause your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. 'Cause your goodness is running after, it's running after me. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you of the goodness of God. Oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God.
Thanks, guys. Great job. Thank y'all so much. Give them another round of applause, please. All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Gabe. I'm a grateful recovering addict and a grateful, loving, faithful follower of Jesus Christ. I'm going to share a little bit tonight, as she said, about inventory, how important it is. So when we first enter recovery, we arrive carrying heavy baggage, guilt, resentment, and unmanageable lives. The process of taking a personal inventory is where we finally open that baggage. Taking an inventory isn't about self-condemnation. It is a total freedom. It allows us to look at our past mistakes objectively, uncover the exact nature of our wrongs, and begin clearly weigh the wreckage of our past, so we can step into the healthy and sober future. A personal inventory in recovery is a searching, honest assessment of one's best behaviors, resentments, and character defects rooted in the 12 steps. Myself, I worked through the 12 steps. I worked with my sponsor. We worked through the steps through AA. This step right here really was scary. It took me a while to really thoroughly work the step. I actually got a piece of paper in my pocket. I want to show everybody. It don't have to, your step 4 don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be neat. This is my step 4. And it was 4 years ago when I did that. And it don't have to be nothing fancy. The 12 steps breaks the cycle of denial and hidden shame, paving the way for spiritual healing, authentic relationships, and a clean conscience. And that's exactly what that step did for me. I mean, the freedom that I felt while working that step was, it's real, man. It's a God-involved step. That's when I let go and let God deal with it. And that freedom from that is still with me today. I still got to do my daily inventory, my spot check inventories, everything that keeps me healthy today. And we'll get into that word here in just a little bit. But first and foremost, recovery takes an honest look at ourselves. Tonight I'm going to talk about one of the most important tools in recovery, which is our inventory. It was my inventory and it's still my inventory. As I said, I work the steps through AA, but whatever program you're in, just work those steps. I don't care if it's CR, NA, Al-Anon, Jabaloo. I mean, just work the steps is what I'm saying. That's the new one. Me and Roger's patenting theirs. But as we know, step 4 is made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. As I was talking about earlier, step 4 is the step that fear the most. Some avoid it, delay it, or they just try to rush through it. But inventory isn't meant to shame or condemn us. It's meant to free us. When we first come into recovery, we often believe our biggest problem is our alcohol or drug. April Fools, it's not. As we stay sober, we begin to realize that substances were often a symptom of our deeper issues, as Roger shares a lot about the core cause. Beneath the drinking or using were resentments, fears, selfishness, pride, dishonesty, guilt, and unresolved hurts. And that could deal with divorces. It could deal with anything. Inventory helps us identify those things God can begin healing them. Excuse me. So why inventory matters? Imagine a homeowner who notices cracks in the walls and leaks in the roof. He keeps painting over the damage. I am a painting contractor, so this right here really hits home to me because I make the cracks and stuff look good as I go about it. But no, not my recovery. with putty. But he keeps painting over the damage, but never investigates the foundation. Eventually the problems get worse. Many of us live that way. I know I did. We tried to cover up our pain with alcohol, drugs, relationships, work, anger, or other unhealthy behaviors. The inventory allows us to stop painting over the cracks and look at the foundation. Without inventory, we often repeat the same mistakes over and over, as we know what that's called, insanity. We blame other people, we stay resentful, we remain trapped in fear. Inventory helps us discover our part and become willing to change. I'm also going to hit on some things tonight about the spiritual principles. The first one we're going to work at and look at up on the screen here is the principle of honesty, the spiritual principle of honesty. We have to become honest about what we have to become honest about. What we've done, what we've been done to us, what we feel, what we fear, what we need to change. Many of us spent years living behind masks. We wanted people to see what we wanted them to rather than who we really were. The fourth step invites us to stop pretending. I always call it game on, step 4. That's when the road of recovery really takes off. God already knows everything about us. No sense of pretending. Inventory isn't about informing God. It's about becoming honest enough to see ourselves clearly. The truth may hurt for a moment, and it does, but it heals in the long run. Looking at resentments. As I said, I worked the steps through AA, so AA taught me that resentments is one of the greatest threats to our recovery. Many relapses begin long before the first drink or drug. They begin with unresolved resentment. Someone hurt us. Someone betrayed us. Someone disappointed us. We carry that anger for years and years. The problem is that resentment doesn't hurt the other person nearly as much as it hurts us. Inventory helps us identify resentments and ask, why am I angry? What was affected? What is my part? What can I do differently? This doesn't excuse what others have done. Some people have genuinely harmed us, but inventory helps us stop allowing those hurts to control our lives. The goal isn't to prove we're right. The goal is freedom. And the spiritual principle of courage. Another principle beyond the inventory is courage. It takes courage to face ourselves. It did me. It took the steps before I even knew who Gabe really was. Many of us can easily identify the faults of others. Looking at our own defects is much harder. Courage means being willing to examine pride, selfishness, dishonesty, anger, jealousy, control, fear. Courage is moving forward despite fear. Every person who has completed a thorough inventory has experienced anxiety beforehand, yet most will tell you that afterward they felt relief, and that's no lie. I can promise you that once you work this step with your sponsor or spiritual guide or whoever you work it with, you will feel that peace. Most will tell you that afterward you felt relief, freedom, and peace. Looking at fear. Fear drives many unhealthy behaviors. We fear rejection, failure, abandonment, financial insecurity, loneliness, the future. That one still gets me. Many of us drink or use because substances temporarily quieted our fears. Anybody relate?
Oh.
Inventory helps us identify what we're afraid of and bring those fears before God. When fear remains hidden, it controls us. When fear is exposed, it begins losing its power. Thank you, Jesus. The opposite of fear isn't courage. The ultimate opposite of fear is faith. Faith says, God is with me. God will guide me. God will help me face whatever comes. The spiritual principle of humility. Inventory teaches humility. Humility is thinking less of ourselves. It's seeing ourselves accurately. Either we thought we were better than everyone else, or we thought we were than everyone else. Both are forms of self-centeredness. Humility helps us see reality. We're not perfect. We're not worthless. We're simply human beings who need God's grace. Inventory also reminds us that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Everyone needs forgiveness. Everyone needs recovery. Can I say that again one more time? Mm-hmm. Everyone needs recovery. Taking responsibility. One of the greatest gifts inventory offers is personal responsibility. Before recovery, we often blame parents. I'm going to skip that one because my wife's over here. Employers, friends, spouses, and society. But that's the truth. While others may contribute to their own struggles, healing begins when we ask, what is my responsibility? Recovery isn't about assigning blame. Recovery is about accepting responsibility. You know, man up, woman up. The moment we stop blaming others for everything, we become empowered to change our lives. The spiritual principles of willingness. Inventory requires willingness, not perfection. Just like I showed y'all in my step 4. My recovery is probably the sloppiest recovery there are, but by the grace of God, it keeps me sober today. No expertise, just willingness. God doesn't ask us to fix ourselves overnight. He asks us to become willing. Willing to be honest, willing to learn, willing to trust. A willing heart, I love this. A willing heart can accomplish more in recovery than a perfect plan. Many people have stayed stuck because they waited until they felt ready. Inventory teaches us to move forward, as Roger always says, when we're uncomfortable. That's when we grow. Freedom through confession. After step 4 comes 5. And this is the one. When we admitted to God ourselves and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. Many people discover that inventory becomes healing when it's shared. We're only sick as what? Our secrets. Secrets keep us sick. Do not keep secrets. Honesty brings healing. When we finally tell another trusted person the truth about ourselves, we often discover something surprising. And this is the very truth too. For one, I'm not as screwed up as my sponsor was, so that was one. And I still got the same sponsor, so. But we're still accepted. We're still loved. We're still valuable. The shame begins to lose its grip. God's grace becomes real. So the daily inventory. Inventory isn't just a one-time event. At the end of the day, we can ask, was I resentful today? Was I dishonest? Did I harm anyone? Was I selfish? Did I help others? Did I stay connected to God? Daily inventory prevents small problems from becoming major problems. nip it in the bud while they're small. Trust me. I still have my problems get big, but you know, I try to nip them in the bud before they get too big, because it's my life sometimes. If I let it get out of control or let things, I call it the trickle effect. If I let resentments build up in me, it just trickle effects down to my spouse, no lie, even my kids and God. Just as we clean our homes regularly, we must clean our spiritual lives regularly. A little inventory each day saves a lot of pain later. God's grace in the process. Inventory is not about proving how bad we are. It's about discovering how much we need God. Every defect we can uncover becomes an opportunity for growth. Every weakness becomes a place where God can work. Every fear becomes an opportunity for faith. Every resentment becomes an opportunity for forgiveness. The purpose of inventory is transformation. God isn't interested in condemning us. He is interested in changing us, I promise you. Recovery is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming willing to let God shape us into the people He created us to be. So right now, I want to share some things, some scriptural foundations. The 12 steps are filled with profound spiritual principles. Throughout my journey, we can draw strength and direction from these Bible verses. Lamentation 3:40. Let us test and examine our ways and return to the Lord. This is the heart of step 4. Before we can change our habits, we must honestly evaluate where our actions lead us. The inventory process is our way of testing our behavior and turning our focus back to God. And the next one is Psalm 139:23-24. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there's any offensive way in me, and lead me to everlasting life. Self-examination can be incredibly painful and scary. We cannot do it on our own without falling into denial. This verse reminds us that we can ask our higher power, who is Jesus Christ, God, to guide our inventory and reveal the hidden hurts in our souls. The next one is Matthew 5:23-24. Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to them. Then come and offer your gift. The directly signs with steps 8 and 9 is whenever you'll be making those amends that you write down on step 4, basically. God values our relationships and clearing our conscience by making things right. In that the profound peace. Yes, sorry. This directly aligns with steps 8 and 9. Making amends is a vital part of spiritual maturity. God values our relationships and clearing our conscience by making things right. It is that word for profound peace. What is it? I can't say it. Prerequisite. Prerequisite. I didn't even want to try.
Hey, forever.
That's all that counts. Yeah. So I'm going to close on this note. Remember this. Inventory is not punishment. Inventory is freedom. It is one of the greatest gifts recovery offers. When we practice honesty, courage, humility, willingness, responsibility, faith, and forgiveness, we discover a new way to live. The inventory process helps remove the barrier between us and God, between us and others, and between us and the person we want to become. The more honest we become, the freer we become. And freedom is one of the greatest promises of recovery. Thank y'all for letting me share that.
It's always good to have one of our brothers and sisters come up and speak that we have watched grow, that we have watched go through the principles, that we have watched be transformed by a power higher than ourselves, that we have watched families be restored, that they have experienced it. And not only have they experienced it, but we have experienced it with them as they walk. So Gabe, thank you so much for that. We want to thank you all. For those of you who are watching online, some of you may be the first time you've ever watched us. We are thankful for the time that you have given us, because that's the most precious thing we have, because we never know how much of it we're going to have. So thank you for that. I hope that the words that God spoke through these folks, young folks, I can't remember their name. What was the name of the group?
Crossroads Worship.
Yeah, Crossroads Worship Team. Youth from Sweetwater. The things that God spoke through their music, the things that God spoke through Gabe's message, his life, not just words on paper. You know, it's nerve-wracking. You ever been up here to speak? You ever had to speak?
Yeah.
That's probably one of some of y'all are going to get the opportunity real soon. But that's one of the biggest fears that people have, getting up in front of people. And you know how you get over that? By doing it. By doing it. Because here's the thing, guys. As if he were to walk all the way through the principles and the steps, the last two is about giving back. And it's about giving back because of what we've experienced in our life. So when you get up to talk, you're talking about what you've lived already. So you already have it inside. All you got to do is just let it out. And it's nerve-wracking. But each of us need to do that. That's what God calls us to do. Use what we have gone through to help somebody else, a brother or a sister, so that they won't maybe have to go through that. It's not about us telling them, if you'll do 1, 2, 3, ABC, it'll all be great. You'll never have a problem. How many of us are in recovery? That'd be every one of us. How many of us think it's been really easy? How many of us thought the first time you came in the door that, okay, I'm in the recovery meeting, I'll never have another problem? Well, if you raise your hand, you're a liar, because it is going to be, as long as we're breathing air, it's still going to be a struggle sometimes. And that's why we have family. That's why we have a community of believers and recovery family. That's why it's so important, because we're here to support each other. We're here to lock arms with one another. We're here to walk through. We're here to lift up. We're not here to fix. We can't do that. None of us can do that. Only God can do that. And so we have to be able to hold each other accountable. We have to encourage. You ever need a little encouragement from time to time? Absolutely. We need it, because some weeks are harder than other weeks. Some days are harder than other days. And we need one another to be able to walk through that together. So for those of you online, thank you. I hope someday, if you're close by, you'll stop in. We would love to be able to shake your hand, hug your neck, give you a piece of chicken, because we're in the Baptist church. Because if we have a Baptist church, we're going to have the chicken. But we'd love to meet you. For those of you who are far away in different states, please comment so that we can get to know you. We want you to be a part. You're kind of a silent part of our family, our recovery family, but we want you to be a vocal part of our family. Now, I want to remind you, today's the 8th of June. On the 20th of June, there will be let's call it a celebration. It'll be Recovery in the Park. If you have ever been to Sweetwater, and you know Sweetwater, you know where the duck park is. And there's a little amphitheater thing there with a stage, and there's going to be a Recovery in the Park there. And we would invite all recovery programs. We would invite all people. You don't just have to be in a recovery program to come. This is what's funny to me about church. because you go in church and you start talking about recovery, and they want to talk about those people.
They are local.
And so when I hear that all the time, and it's usually, I see it like this, and I'm not slamming you. Okay, maybe just a little bit. I'm just trying to get your attention. And if you're one of those that go, well, those people, they shouldn't do that. And usually it's when you're around those people and you're the one that's looking like, who are those people? And when they do that, I usually tell them, I know, you know how to find those people? You know how to find out who they are? And they go, yeah, how? I said, go home, go to the bathroom, cut on the light, and look in the mirror. That's those people. We're all those people. So what I'm saying to you, that we all need each other. We all need recovery. So I would hope that all of you would show up down at the Duck Park in Sweetwater on the 20th. I'll tell you next week because I don't remember what time it is. Come early, stay long. We'll have a good time. So until next week, God be with you. We love you. I hope you'll like our page. I hope you'll share your page, this page, with others. Renew Recovery Community. Those of you who are online, you may not feel trusting enough yet to reach out and comment, but you might love somebody enough to know that they need to hear this. So share it with them. Share the page with them. So until next week, what do we say? We love you, but what? God loves you so much more. Good night, y'all.